Hey, Martin, we'll probably have you do your interview first, and then we'll get you on that. If you want to. And then yeah. You're on the Danish national team, right? Yeah. Olympic team, yeah.
Great, there goes Ray the entire time now.
Martin, talk to us a little bit about this layoff. It's been about 9 months or so since your fight. What was that time off like for you to kind of get you invigorated? What did you do during the downtime?
It's good. I was healing up. My knee was bugging me. It was swelling up every time I train. It would blow up and get a lot of fluid. So I'd get drained for fluid every week, and it just keeps swelling up every time I train on it. I try to rehab it, and if I push the rehab too hard, it would swell up again. So it was good to take an extended time off and get my body healthy.
Were you able to do other things, that didn't involve your knee during that time? And what did you do?
I can't sit still. I got to train. I got to do something. So if I'm hurting my knee, my lower body, I'll train my upper body. If my upper body's hurt, I'll train lower body. So I always get to work in, even though I'm hurt.
A lot of guys talk about getting antsy, getting a little jittery when they're out for that long.
Yeah.
Is this something you don't want to have to go through again anytime soon?
Yeah, I prefer to stay busy and fight all the time. I train all the time anyway. Even if I don't want to fight, I'll still be training, and so I might as well be fighting too.
How do you feel rematching this fight after a couple of years? Do you feel like it's a big challenge for you, or do you feel like you've already got it figured out?
I mean, Connor's one of the best guys in the welterweight division, so of course it's a big challenge, but I feel confident I'll beat him. I beat him before, but I don't put too much in the first fight. This is a different fight, but I feel very confident I'll beat him again.
So it's not going to be a split decision this time?
No, I'm going to finish him. I got 5 rounds to finish. I'm confident I'll get it.
All right.
Do you go back to that first fight and look at things, or is there anything
I went
you take
back
out?
and watched it once, just see. But I made plenty of mistakes in that fight. Connor made mistakes too, and we both improved. And there's still similarities to back then in our fight game, but I would say we're both improved versions of what we were back then. And but I feel mentally ready, physically ready, and I'm going to show on Wednesday.
Where do you think he's improved since then?
I think overall he's got, he's throwing, unorthodox stuff. He'll throw spinning elbows and flying knees and stuff like that. He's still very aggressive on the bottom. I think some of the strength that he was good at back then, he's still good at now, but I think he's just getting better at it now.
How do you think you improved after 5 years fighting?
I think I've gotten better everywhere. I think my striking, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, I try to improve everywhere. I try to stay all around, and I know I'd whoop my ass if I fought myself 4 years ago.
You talk about yourself as a fighter. How about as a person? How do you grow up as a person since last fight?
I think I'm better mentally, than now than then. I've especially in my last couple of fights, I haven't been prepared mentally. I haven't been ready for the game. I've been a slow starter that had to get punched way too many times in the face before I started fighting. And when I fought Jake Ellenberg, I got knocked down right from the get-go. Came back, knocked him out, but sometimes you don't get to get that comeback, and even if you do, it's not a healthy way to fight in the long term. So I feel mentally better and ready to fight right from the get-go, having to get punched, knocked down first.
How do you think mentally for you it's important coming off the loss to score in the upcoming fight?
Oh, I want to get back on the winning track, of course, and I feel good. I'm ready for it, and I'll show you on Wednesday.
After a fight with Hendricks, after a fight like that, you want to go back out, you want to go out as fast as you can, but as you say, your knee was bothering you. How difficult is it just to keep yourself in check, get back together, get injury-free, and then...
Yeah, I wanted to fight earlier, and there was even talks about the Conor fight earlier in the spring, and even though I really wanted to fight, I had to, listen to my body and heal up first, because, I couldn't really, do much in the gym with the knee. I had to really the time heals you up, and I feel strong. My body's better. It's not bugging me anymore. So I'm glad I took the time off. I needed it.
What are your thoughts on headlining the second ever Fox Sports 1 card? What does that feel like?
Oh, it's great. You know, I'm glad the UFC's got a new home in Fox Sports 1, and they came out with a hell of a show, and now it's our job to make it even better this time around.
Do you think it puts you right back up there, like in contention for a title shot with a great fight and or a win?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think I'm capable of beating the best guys in the welterweight division. I feel like I can beat anybody we can match me up against, and beating Condit back in the shot for the title. But you know, there's speeds to put this belt first, so you know I'll beat whoever they put up after that too. You know, I just want to beat the best guys, fight the best guys, and beat the best guys. You know.
On that note, do you want a rematch with Hendricks at some point down the line?
Love to.
You said that the last two fights mentally maybe you weren't prepared for the way you feel like you are now. What's the difference? I mean, were you able to pinpoint what was going on with why you weren't
Well, I've worked
ready?
a lot on getting rid of that habit of starting slow. You know, that's been my biggest problem in a lot of my fights, starting slow, and that's something that I worked on both mentally, but also like in the gym. You know, the way you compete in the gym is the way you're going to go out and compete in the fight. So just having a lot of first round goes, and then go for that first round, have somebody go out and not, instead of starting out going, okay, we're gonna warm up and then we're gonna pick it up and go hard, because then that's what you're gonna do in the fight. So having somebody come in all cooled off and heart rate low, and then you go have somebody come in and try to knock you out right from the first second, that'll wake you up, get you ready, then you cool off, and then another first round, and get ready to go again. That's some of the things that I try to get me ready for being ready from the get-go, instead of having to eat 50 shots to the face and then, okay, now we're fighting.
The guy fighting right before you, Cowboy Strong, he's been talking about this for a number of years, and he's apparently enlisted a sports psychologist to help him through the slow start and things like that. Have you talked to him or other fighters that have had the slow starts to get their ideas about what they've done to kind of combat it?
I haven't talked with Cerrone about it, no, but I feel I've got some great tools and that's helped me work on it, and I feel ready and prepared.
Are there any particular tools that you can mention about? Did you meditate or work with psychologists?
They're secret.
Do you think there's your division's crazy as far as competition-wise? There's no doubt you and Condit are both, elite level welterweights, but this fight's crucial because of how things are going with the title hunt. A loss is going to knock one of you guys out of that picture for the foreseeable future. Do you feel that urgency? I mean, not the pressure so much, but do you recognize how the situation's shaping up at 170?
I'm coming in to beat Condit, and I only got to win in my mind. So that's what I'm focused on.
How do you think you need to prepare yourself so when you step into this octagon, you won't have flashbacks of the fight 5 years ago, and you won't be able to do the same mistakes as you did in the previous fight?
I don't understand the question.
How do you think you need to prepare yourself that when you step on octagon on Wednesday, you won't have flashbacks?
All the preparation, it's been done leading up until now. Just training in the gym and having guys coming in. I've had long, lanky guys, good reach, come in and spar in the gym. Guys where I had to, deal with the reach advantage and stuff like that, and just like I said before, one of those things I was doing.
You talked about having to have your knee drained. Has that affected your conditioning at all for this fight?
My what?
Has the knee issues that you were experiencing?
My knee's good now. Knee's good now. That's why I took so long off. I don't want to fight.
But it doesn't affect your cardio in any way? You're ready for 5 if it goes 5?
I worked a lot of cardio for this fight, and I feel I'm in great shape. I feel usually I don't do as much cardio before a fight like this one, but because it's a 5-rounder, I really stepped it up, and I feel great.
Because of your style, do you feel like you have to win by either submission or knockout if it goes the distance? Is that to his advantage, do you feel like? Or
I want to get I like to go for the finish. That's his style too. He likes to go for the finish too, and that's just going to make it an exciting fight. We're not coming in there to try to pitter-patter a point victory or lay and hold the other guy down for 5 rounds. That's not in any of our styles. I come in, I'm going to try to punch your head off or rip your head off, and he goes for the finish too, and that just makes it an exciting fight on Wednesday.
Can you tell us a little bit about being in Indianapolis, a city that's only really had one fight in the past, and just being here in this building?
You know, it's my first time in Indianapolis too, and so far, you know, I'm having a good time, enjoying it. So I'm just happy that the UFC is going out, spreading the events around different places, and yeah, get to see some different spots. The U.S. I haven't been to.
We saw you shooting some hoops earlier. Are you a basketball fan at heart?
I mean, I like to play basketball for the fun of it, but I don't watch it. No.
Oh, okay.
For fans in this area, you know, that maybe have never been to a UFC fight, how would you kind of characterize the card that's going to be here this week?
Badass card, you know. We got some badass fighters going up against each other, and it's going to make a hell of a show. So they're in for a treat.
How do you see the fight between Hendricks and GSP? How do you think it's going to go?
I think GSP is the favorite, and I think he's going to fight him very cautiously. But Hendricks definitely got the, you know, if he's going to land one of those bombs, he can definitely hurt GSP and finish him. But I think GSP is going to be very cautious and fight him from the outside, use his jab a lot, and yeah, really stay away from any big slugfest where you can risk getting hurt. And once Hendricks comes in and try to really get after him, I think he's going to try to change level and take him down. Whether he's going to be able to use that strategy or he's going to be clipped, you know, I'm looking forward to watching. I'm very much looking forward to watching.
Do you have a dream of yours to fight back home in the near future or for the future? And
Yeah,
UFC kind of up in the horizons?
I'd love to fight in Denmark. I'd love to fight in Denmark. You know, the sport of MMA is still pretty young out there, you know, but it's definitely been growing. We've got a ton of more gyms. We've got a lot more fight shows out there compared to when I started. It was harder for me to get fights when I started out there. I had to go, you know, I fought in Denmark too when I was starting out, but I had to go out more. I had to go to England, I fought in Russia and around, you know, travel out. But now it's a lot more shows, a lot more gyms, and I think getting the UFC to go to Denmark would be awesome. I'm sign me up, you know.
Where do you feel you get more recognition, in Europe or the United States?
United States.
Do you think
By
that
hands down, yeah. It's just MMA is a lot bigger over here than this. But I mean, I still have hardcore MMA fans in Denmark, but it's not nearly as mainstream as it is over here.
do you get recognized on the streets if you ever visit back home?
Sometimes. But it's a whole different. Like here in the U.S., there's a much more. What do you call it? Like people like
Passionate?
passionate about their idols, you know, in a different way. You know, people come up and want to take pictures and autographs and stuff like that. In Denmark, people are still, but you know, they don't. It's more. I mean, there's people who want to take pictures and stuff like that, but it's not. It's just a different kind of. People worship their idols more in the U.S. I think than.
It's a different mentality.
Different mentality, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark, can I just get a picture?
Sure.
Could you strike a pose? Thank you.
Is it weird taking a picture behind a bigger picture of yourself?
I didn't notice that.
Who is that guy next to you, right?
What's that? A whole lot of hands in this? Is that what they say? A whole lot of hands in this right there?
Yeah.
Thank you. All good? Good luck Wednesday.
Thank you for the time.
Well, John Madsen.